2019. And Darian is going to read from Isaiah, the first reading we're going to have.
Right now?
Okay.
Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel.
Okay. Did anybody, could you hear what he said?
Huh?
Okay. I'm going to have to get under a brighter light. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was the governor of Syria. And everyone went to his own town to register. So Joseph, raise your hand so they know who you are. Joseph had to go, went up from the town of Nazareth to Galilee and Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting her child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn son. Mary, you want to raise your hand, please? Okay. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And then there are shepherds in the hills. You boys want to stand up and hold up your lambs so everybody can see your lambs? And they're going to take good care of their lambs. Okay, you can sit back down. And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is Christ, the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in cloths and lying in a manger." And then the angel said,
"Glory to God in the highest."
Thank you. When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the shepherds said one to another, "Let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has told us about." Now, I do want to tell you just a little bit about Joseph. Joseph is a carpenter, and he has worked very hard. You want to show him how hard you worked? He's worked so hard, he's worn some of his clothes out. And the wise men, does somebody want to tell them a little bit about the wise men? King Herod was an evil king, and he had heard it said that there was a newborn king that was born. And so he wanted to get rid of the babies because he didn't want a king taking over from him. So he sent the wise men out to look for this new baby and report back to him. But God gave a message in a dream to the wise men, and they chose not to go back to King Herod and tell him where this baby was. So the wise men were very good to listen to God's message. So they went the other way, and they didn't report back to this evil king. So, anybody want to add anything to our little celebration?
I think they all did a wonderful job.
I want to thank, maybe the shepherds, why don't you shepherds get up and take your lambs over and let people look at your lambs and touch them? Because some people probably haven't seen